I just wanted to give a little performance tip because I've noticed I've owned 3 of these now, and all 3 of them did this exact same thing. I did a complete disassembly of the rear suspension and the front suspension to get access to the differentials. I didn't swap them out or anything, but I replaced the oil or the grease inside of them. And while I was doing that, I noticed on my third Limitless that this cup on the front side of the differential was loose. Not this way, but this way. So it was still solid on the shaft, and it wouldn't actually, once I took this dog bone out, I still couldn't pull the cup off, but there was about a millimeter or 2 of play going this way. And so to fix that, what you have to do is you have to get inside of the differential, and you have to actually push on the gear so that this will come out, and then you push the cup all the way back to get rid of that play, and then you tighten the set screw. I probably could have did this one without taking apart taking apart the rear end completely, because you can actually access the differential through right here. As long as you take all this stuff off, you can get back there and you can push on it. You just take the axles out on both sides and the actual differential itself, because you have that gear in there, and then there's another gear perpendicular to that gets the force. So yes, so the rear one was super loose, as was the front one. The front one you do have to do a disassembly to get to, because there's just no way you could put pressure on that gear and get down there at the same time. Even when you have the motor off, you have all this junk here, so you can't get a driver in there. And if you can, power to you, but I would advise just taking apart the front end completely. It's a good time to clean off all the nice and cool looking aluminum you have in here. Another thing is I have a lot of play in the suspension components that I think I need to situate with some washers. I don't have many washers, but I think those will be a good investment, because there's just a lot of play in a lot of the components, and it's not to anyone's fault. It's an amazing design. This car is pretty badass. I'm just pointing out that there are some things that are a little loose that need to be tightened on my car anyway. I don't know if they all come like this. This one in particular does have a little bit of play. What else? This is the setup though. This is 1717 16 kV motor with 1-to-1 gearing. This is my XS MKS HBL 550 high voltage servo. This thing is solid. It's awesome. Really solid. I need to figure out how to tune it down though, so it's not so fidgety, so twitchy, because that's the last thing I need. I do have the rear spoiler cut off where it wore into the plastic and made it clear. I just colored in with a Sharpie. You can see it on camera, but in person it's not too bad. I do need to get a new front end, everything, because this lip has ripped off so many times that I had to put bigger screws. So here, and here, these bolts go up into here, and I have a nut on the top side to keep this splitter from just falling off. All of these holes got stripped out like my first crash, and so this just never wants to stay on. I understand that that's to protect the integrity of the other parts. For me, I would just rather do what I did here and deal with the problems later. What else? These are the batteries I'm running. Gen A 6800 milliamp hour, 120C bashing. I have QS8 connectors put on here. I have 2 in series for 8S. The XLX2 handles it pretty good. I've posted a video of the logs that I have for my speed runs here, and they're pretty solid. It holds up pretty well. That's all I can think of so far. This is just a rundown of my car as it sits right now. I went out and did some speed runs today, and I was hoping to either match my personal best or maybe potentially break it. I was just out with some buddies, and I wanted to show them the high speeds this thing can do. Unfortunately, I didn't even break 100, and I don't even think I hit 100. 122 was the fastest I hit today. So it seems to be, for the videos that I have, that seems to be the fastest I can get it to do. I have done 126 miles per hour with it, but I haven't had a recording of that yet. Every time I've done that speed, I was by myself, and all I have is the GPS to prove it. So I'm trying to get that video, trying to get a video of that ASAP. That way I'm not that guy. I wanna show you guys that it's actually happening. It's pretty cool when it happens too. What else? That's really it. I think that is the lot. I'll post some logs soon, but then I was running these before. Oh, nope, not this one. This is actually for one of my helicopters. But they were Spectrum batteries. Voltage sag was about 22 volts. I'm getting about 23 volt sag with this under full load, full trigger. But I think that is going to be it for this video. If anyone has any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I've taken this thing apart completely from I've taken this entire thing apart several times now, so I'm pretty comfortable with the build and how it goes. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask.